they've caressed me as oft times before, that I never will play the wild rover no more, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. One last time, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more.
Oh, poor old Dicey Riley, she is taken to the sup. Oh, poor old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. For it's off each morning to the pop, and then she's in for another little drop. At the heart of the roll was Dicey Riley. Was she poor old Dicey Riley, she is taken to the sup. Poor old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. It's off each morning to the pop, and then she's in for another little drop. At the heart of the roll is Dicey Riley. Oh, she walks along Fitzgibbon Street with an independent air, and then it's down be Summerhill, and as the people stare, she says it's nearly 1:30, and it's time I had another little one. At the heart of the roll was Dicey Riley. Was she poor old Dicey Riley, she is taken to the sup. Poor old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. It's off each morning to the pop, and then she's in for another little drop. At the heart of the roll was Dicey Riley. Oh, long years ago when men were men and fancied Maya Blong, or lovely Becky Cooper, or Maggie's Mary Wong, one woman put them all to shame, just one was worthy of the name, and the name of that dame was Dicey Riley. Was she poor old Dicey Riley, she is taken to the sup. Poor old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. It's off each morning to the pop, and then she's in for another little drop. And the heart of the roll was Dicey Riley. Oh, but time went catching up with her, like many pretty whores, and it's after you along the street, before you're out the doors. Their looks all fade and the balance weighed, but out of all that great brigade, still the heart of the roll was Dicey Riley. Was she poor old Dicey Riley, she is taken to the sup. Poor old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. It's off each morning to the pop, and then she's in for another little drop. And the heart of the roll was Dicey Riley. Was she poor old Dicey Riley, she is taken to the sup. Poor old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. It's off each morning to the pop, and then she's in for another little drop. And the heart of the roll was Dicey Riley.
It was down that glen one Easter morn, to a city fair rode I. Their armed lines of marching men in squadrons passed me by. No pipe did hum, no battle drum did sound its dread tattoo, but the Angelus bell or the Liffey swell rang out in the foggy dew. Right proudly high over Dublin sky, they hung out the flag of war. It was better to die beneath an Irish sky than at Sugla or Sudelbar. And from the plains of Rylemead, strong men came hurrying through, while Britannia's sons with their long-range guns sailed into the foggy dew. 'Twas England's bade our wild geese go, that's small nations might be free, but their lonely graves are by soothless waves on the fringe of the great North Sea. Oh, have they died by Pierce's side and fought with cold blue? Their graves we keep where the Fenians sleep, 'neath the hills of the foggy dew. But the bravest fell, and the requiem bell rang mournfully and clear for those who died at Eastertide in the springtime of the year. And the world it gazed in deep amaze at those fearless men and true, who bore the fight that freedom's light might shine through the foggy dew. Back through the glen I rode again, my heart with grief was sore, for I parted then with valiant men whom I never will see no more. And true and full in my dreams I go, I'll kneel and I'll pray for you, for slavery fled, oh, you glorious dead, when you fell in the foggy dew.
I can hear the bells of Dublin in this lonely waiting room, and the paper boys are singing in the rain. Not too long before they take us to the airport and the noise to get on board a transatlantic plane. We've got nothing left to stay for, we've no more left to say, and there isn't any work for us to do. So farewell, you boys and girls, another bloody flight of pearls. Our best asset is our best export too. It's not murder, fear, or famine that makes us leave this time. We're not going to join McAlpine's Fusiliers. We've got brains and we've got vision, we've got education too, but we just can't throw away these precious years. So we walk the streets of London and the streets of Baltimore, and we meet at night in several Boston bars. We're the leaders of the future, but we're far away as we look on Ellis Island and the lady in the bay, and Manhattan turns to face another Sunday. We just wonder what you're doing to bring us all back home as we look forward to another Monday. Because it's not the work that scares us, we don't mind an honest job, and we know things will get better once again. So 1,000 times a June, we've got Bono and you too. All we're missing is the Guinness and the rain. So switch off your new computers for the writings on the wall. We're not leaving as our fathers did before. Take a look at Dublin Airport, or the boat that leaves North Wall. There'll be no youth unemployment anymore, because we're over here in Queensland and in parts of New South Wales. We're on the seas and airways and the trains. But if we see better days, those big airplanes go both ways, and we'll all be coming back to you again.
I'm in complete green gear. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody out there on the live stream. You can see my tie. Everything's green. I can take off the green screen for a second just to show you what I'm wearing. I'm gonna have to just take off the filter just for a split second. Hold on. Edit filters. I can just bop off the filter. There I am, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody, for coming on into the live. Thank you for being here. I am basically 100% Irish, a little bit, 10% other things, but I'm mainly 100% Irish. Shout out to my Irish brothers. Shout out to everybody here who's Irish. If you're not Irish, it's okay. I love you anyway. I love each and every one of you for being here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Thank you for being here. May God bless each and every one of you. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Got the Irish tie. Got the nice shirt with feeling like it has little things on it. I got the 33, too. We got the 33, baby. 33. Larry Bird. Shout out to everybody. We hit the biggest gains in the trading group. We nailed Bitcoin. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. Shout out to everybody. Lakers still don't have the championships. We have. It ain't happening. No matter what you want to say, it ain't happening. We just need to catch one more this year. Hopefully. Let's not jinx it. May the best man win. But I'll be see-through for most of the day, as you can see, which is pretty cool. But trying to be green, that's what happens when you're trying to be green on a green screen. Pretty funny, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in, though, and appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. Hey! Shout out to my Irish folks. Appreciate each and every one of you for being in here. Top of the morning to ya.
On the banks of the Royal Canal.
Shout out to everybody here, man. God bless you all. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you for being here. I'm just euphoric. We hit big gains in the trading group. I'm in a short right now, too. Short is now up 2.8%, just a little filly, nothing really going crazy. Let's talk about it. It's Friday. We're going to break down Bitcoin. We're actually going to look at a brand new chart for Bitcoin, and I'm going to show you what I see happening. We're going to have fun with it. We're going to be free. We're just going to have a blast. Come out, you black and tans. Come out, fight me like a marshmallow. You funny medals down on Flanders. Tell how the IRA made you run like a hell away from the lovely lakes of Kilshandra. Arr, me matey. Just funny. Another day to fight the waiting. The Lakers have 17 banners also. Nah. You predicted the market perfectly in the last few days, followed your trades and got gains. Thank you. Shout out to Vlad. Shout out to everybody here. Amazing to have another. And look, you were the one who got you got into the trading group for free, right? Through the win. So amazing to have another live. Thank you for giving us all. You're all brother. Love you. Shout out to Trevor TVA. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. May God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in. And I wanted some Irish instrumentals. There you go. You know what? I love the Irish music, but I just feel like for the stream, I just need to keep up all like some electro or some techno or, you know. I like the deep house personally. It's just my thing, you know. I don't really call this deep house, but whatever. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's get to what we do and talk about Bitcoin. And let's break down what happened if you're in the trading group. How did we figure this out? What happened? Well, we have a weekly screen share every single Thursday. Honestly, whoever's not in there is missing out. 134 people get the goods. Of our 850 some odd people in the trading group, only like 130 people come to the weekly screen share. But it's amazing. I'm telling you right now. So look, we started number one down here, if you remember correctly, with the double bottom on the 15-minute inside the trading group. That was the initial entry, and I said, I'm good open for a long here, but we're gonna have to break back above 25,080 to remain bullish. That was my call. We then hit it, and we made an ascending triangle. See, flat top, and I'll get rid of my moving averages to make it real clear. But we had this ascending triangle here. This line doesn't need to be there. I think that was a measured move or something. Let's see. Or just a smaller idea. But you have the flat top with the moving up angle to the upside. You know, I had another channel here just showing you that we were in a rising wedge. I could take that away now. But you know, I always have multiple ideas. And then in the trading group right here, we put this trade out. And I said, I'm long. I told everyone in the trading group that I was long. I said, I'm long right now for Bitcoin. I like what I'm seeing here. And this is likely, and look, we had a shoulder kind of ahead and a right shoulder there. Another mini ascending shoulder, setting. And then right when I ended the screen share, boom. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Great call on the screen share. Missed my entry, but caught the short for gains this morning. Thank you, bro. Shout out to CLX, man. God bless you. We can't hit them all. But God bless you for hitting what you could hit. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's my birthday, man. Shout out to my man. The birthday and gains. Unbelievable. On St. Patrick's Day. Shout out to everybody here on a beautiful, beautiful St. Patty's Day. Ishkabaha, my dad used to say. Ishkabaha, which is whiskey, water, or life. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. May God bless you. Turnaha a Fiores Vien. Grew up near the 33. He says hello. God bless everybody, one of you. Oh, you did? Shout out to my man. Shout out to Larry Bird, man. I followed everything you said, but forgot I was using 100x leverage because I'm broke and got wrecked. Wow. You can't use 100x leverage, man. You just got $100 can turn into $170,000 with $3 a day, making 3% a day, not $3 a day, but making 3% a day. And once you make those gains and you're stacking some Bitcoin, make sure you put it on a hardware wallet. Link in the description below. Get yourself a Trezor wallet today. I'm telling you right now, it's the best thing you could do for yourself. So you could trade with low fees on NextC. Then once you make some gains, you start stacking, you pay some of your bills, and then you stack some Bitcoin on a hardware wallet. Bitcoin's going to go to $2 million a coin at one point in its life, $1 million. It's going to continue to go up in value, in my humble opinion. And I could be wrong. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such. But in my opinion, this is my real life. Like I said when I started this live stream, this is my real life. This is what I do every single day of my life. You're just kind of along for the ride, and I'm along for the ride with you too. You know what I mean? Thank you for everyone who shares in the screen share. We had an awesome sharing. Everyone talked about their life, told me about their family. Almost all the lifers have kids. I had no idea. So many people have beautiful families. I was an hour late getting finished yesterday, so I wanted to, instead of interfering, watch the aftermath for the win. And I'm so sorry. I went to upload the, I had to upload the file, and something was happening with my Google account. It was slightly compromised or something, so there was a big deal. All right. Now, let me tell you, every time they print money, they need to print more money, okay? So now they're going to have to print even more money, $2 trillion. I'm telling you right now, it's going to pump Bitcoin to an amazing level that you've never would have thought. This next rally could be a super cycle because of how much money they have to print. Every time they print more money, and more people are just going to choose Bitcoin, and then eventually they're not going to sell. So they're basically going to convert people from the dollar to Bitcoin, dollar to Bitcoin, dollar to Bitcoin. Let's put the lemon into the water. Let's decalcify that pineal. Let's make sure we have a beautiful, beautiful hydration process. You know what I mean? Just bring in that hydration. Shout out to everybody here. Let's take a big sip of the lemon water. Funny. The Dow news, bullish news for the Dow Jones. Money printing is bullish for the stock market. I'm telling you right now. Let's do a 99 patty to give away to someone in the trading group. Wow, my man threw us another 100 beans. Wayne Jarrell doing it again. God bless you as we continue to add people to the group. Thank you so much for the love. May God bless you. $100 super chat. If you don't fail and learn, then you may need a sign. But if it's a positive lesson, no one is an idiot. Crazy, I had no clue lemon water did that. My mom put me onto that 3 years ago. What does it do? I don't know what he was saying. I can't find out what he said and then came back to it. But hey, I should get it, Sam. It's my birthday. Scotty Swing. Scotty, you're not in the trading group, Scotty? What have you been doing? Well, you've been around too long to not be in the trading group, so I don't know. There's also kind of a give and take there. I'm like, well, what was he waiting for? How many gains did he have to see me make? God bless, Wayne. Your generosity will be rewarded. Timmy, 313. Yeah, so put a 1 if you're not in the trading group. Let me see a 1 if you're not in the trading group. Get this portfolio of alts. I hope they follow this Bitcoin take all the beans. It's going to take most of the beans. The alts will follow, but they'll follow months later. Don't worry. What it's going to do is it's going to pound the alts down for perfect entries. Remember how we were talking about the long? Then it happened after the screen share. Isn't that amazing? Like right when I pressed goodbye, boom, we were gone. And it was such an amazing moment to be there. All right. And PS5 Gaming, man, you're such a cool dude. I love you. And you have so much energy in the trading group. Why don't you pick the name? Why don't you pick the name? Of all the ones coming up, just scroll through the ones here. Just scroll through the ones. You know what I mean? And write down a name here that you see. All right. So we're looking to see PS5 Gaming. PS5 Future of Gaming. We're looking for him to write down somebody's name. All right. When he does, we will know. Do you understand, my man? Look how many people want to jump on in, man. This is amazing. And I'm telling you right now, for $99 is not a lot, everybody. Take a gamble. All these people with a 1, throw down and you'll feel it. Kadena, please. We'll take a look at Kadena. Thank you so much for that. Wow, it's going hard, PS5. PS5, do you copy? He hit it right there. Brian Loveland. He hit it right there. Brian Loveland. You've done it, Brian. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to this amazing synergy. And my team has you locked in. We're ready to go. Thank you so much for the love. And thank you so much for throwing down. We greatly appreciate it. And someone else just basically got you in with their own money. So may God bless that whole situation. All right. Moving forward, I'm happy we just did something nice for somebody, and it's not even 11 in the morning. May God bless us. Thank you so much, lifers. Continue to come through. 589. That's strange. 224 likes. Maybe get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Less people are going to be on YouTube today. More people are going to be outside. They're going to be at the bar going hanging out. Take the day off of work. My daughter doesn't have school. Boston smart. They call it evacuation day in Boston. And, you know, when St. Patrick's Day evacuated, or we evacuated the British. No, it's the day we evacuated the British from Boston. So we call it evacuation day. And the kids get the day off of school. The short now is up 5%. 5% on the short. 5% on the short. It's only a 5x short. I'm limping in a little bit. And I'm going to show you what's happening for Bitcoin. Let's break it down. Let's do what we do. I'm excited, but I can't get distracted from my job. My job is to pay attention and stay focused. It's time to stay focused, Sammy. Shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. And my buddy texted me. He said, "Do you have your green tie?" And look, I got my tie. I got my 4-leaf clover tie. You know I have them. You know I had it. And actually, this is my dad's tie. I started looking through ties. I was like, man, I better be a tie in here. I'm from Boston. And I found my dad's old tie, man. My dad recently gave me almost basically every one of his ties. He just kept a few. He's like, I don't need them anymore, man. I'm not going to be going out to tons of places. He's like, I'm happy. It's kind of a sad moment, honestly, for me. I cried when I went home. I cried like a little baby. I did because, and I don't care admitting it that I cried like a baby. And if you don't like that I cried like a baby, I don't care. And if you don't like that I admitted that I cried like a baby, I don't care either. All right? Because I care about my dad, and thinking about him getting older is only realizing that one day, you know, our relationship will part and he'll become a memory to me as someone that I knew in my life. And that's a reality. And that's a fact. And, you know, I'm only 40 years old, but my dad had me when he was 36. So by the time he was 50, I was 14. He was 50 years old, you know. So, and we were talking about that in the screen share, the wisdom of an older father, the wisdom of an older parent. Yeah. He said, you didn't cry like a baby, you cried like a man. I love you, bro. Oh, man. So there you go. Coinbase joins Ripple in the SEC battle. There you go. Cherish time with him. Amen. Amen. Prayers for your father, Sam. We love you, bro. Thank you, Kevin Baker. God bless you. And shout out to everyone that kicks it with the lifer on the live stream. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. Blessings on blessings. Panda Punch. We do have a Discord. Jump on into Discord today. Trader Joe, please. Oh, you like Trader Joe, huh? All right. So let's break it down. So I see a head and shoulder here. Okay. What I also see is the 1 hour time frame getting exposed. Why is it exposed? What do I mean? Okay, let's talk about it. When I say exposed, I'm talking about price action being just a little too far away from the 21-day moving average. This is how we predicted the pullback on the 4 hour time frame here before the bigger pump. Same similar idea here now, the pullback. All right, the pullback. So I'm projecting this possible, and anything can happen. Just want to make that clear. But I'm projecting this as possible. Jamie, is that supposed to be me? Or is that just some Irish dude that you know? I'm confused. Like, it kind of does look like me a little bit. I can't figure it out, but anyway, so we're looking for a move, you know, for the 1 hour to come back down on the stochastics and reset. Maybe it's a smaller flag. And, you know, resistance, previous support. We also have resistance there. So this is what I was saying. We got support here and there. We could stop at the first support line. So I'm looking for the 1 hour to pull back, touch the 21-day moving average, make some type of movement back to about 25,800. All right, that's the area that I'm looking for the pullback, right? We could also pull a Fibonacci from wick to wick here. Golden pocket would be 24,800. I'm not a huge fan of the golden pocket on a Bitcoin rippery, though. Maybe even on a smaller time frame, like a local golden pocket here. Says we could come down into this area on a wick. That makes more sense, 25.7, 25.8. So I'm looking at 25,000, 25,800. We did make the low, the higher high, but we got to close a daily candle now. We got to close this daily candle outside. This could wick all the way down. I've seen it. I don't think it will happen. I don't know what will happen. I don't like saying that. I don't know. We're overbought, right? I found a bearish divergence in the 4 hour. We're going to, or the 1 hour or the 4 hour. I don't remember exactly, so I'll look at it again. I was up till like 1 in the morning watching Bitcoin. Oh, let's just talk about how we figured out what was happening last night. So last night, we get the pump, and then on the 7-minute, I'm drawing this flag. And first thing I did was, I taught my team, I said, listen, we pumped hard. Now we have to come back down to the 21. And I drew this flag. I just like taking you through what happened because this is the learning. Anyone could show you their trades and be like, look, I'm up huge. And that's great. I don't mind that too. I think someone has the guts to go down like that. Like I love all the trading YouTubers that throw it down. Every single one of them. But so here, we had this. And we're like, okay, that's going to take a bit of a move. It got a bit of a pump. So we kept watching this idea. And then, I didn't have this drawn yet. And then I was like, okay, we're making some type of flag now. And I had this flag. Because you don't know at the time. You're just going with your trader instinct. And I love how my trader instinct serves me. So then I was like, oh, everyone, you got to keep it moving. And then I said, always stay head on a swivel. Right? And then you're like, okay, here's the pattern. Like now we're still in the money. And the thing was, the stochastics were low and the 7 had this nice, beautiful flag to the upside. See that? And it told us my measured move was about 20,007. I was going for 20,660 just because it sounded nice. No, but it was an area to look at too. So this is what I was looking for. And then lo and behold, we got the pump. And it broke out, came back and retested inside of another flag. See this little flag, which had another measured move to the upside. I fell asleep right here last night in my trading group. I posted all I could. He asked AI to turn me into a St. Patrick. So that is me turned into St. Patrick. So insane. I guess that's what I'll look like when I'm older, maybe. Imagine me looking like that. It's insane. They do say your nose and your ears will grow. Those two things just continue to grow. So like my nose and my ears are just going to get bigger and bigger. I'm just going to get more elf-like. The short is now up 5.6%. The short is up now 5.6%. So, and we're going to get into why I shorted, and we're going to break that down in a second too as well. And it's funny, I woke up, took gains. My gains hit the target. We're going to break it down. It's pretty crazy. So now this is where we stand. So I'm just showing you how we were able to figure out where we were going. My measured move was there. You can see we came right above it. And how do we get the measured move? We trade like bots, wick to wick. They're spot on. They're just spot on. A lot of people are doing this thing where they're putting the thing inside, or they're like, I don't know. I see YouTubers doing that a lot. And I see their measured moves straight. My measured move always has to come with the same slant of where it came from. So you'll grab it, but you may have to readjust. And people always ask me, like, how did you know the measured move? How are you able to spin it? I can't figure it out like that. It just, you get better. You're better looking, Sam. Don't undervalue yourself. You're so funny, man. You don't have hair in your ears yet. I kind of do have hair in my ears, though. My wife has to take care of it all the time. I'm getting old. So here's the deal. Shoulder, head, and shoulder. I pointed it out in the trading group when I woke up and started paying attention to the markets. You know what I mean? You could even say another complex shoulder, but that should fall to the downside, and it's the 1 hour that needs to reset. It's the 1 hour that desperately wants to reset. Look how far away it is from the 21-day moving average. You're just going to get a bit of a reset. And so, that's why I'm looking at the areas that I'm looking at. All right? And so let's go back here to what we're saying. And then look, this will become Sammy coming handy to the upside. Mario Lemieux to the side of the 5-hole, all the way to the side. The Bruins. No. This music's got me going right now, though. Can you walk the walk? Can you hit the hit? Can you spit the spit? Can you rip the rip? Can you dip the dip? Can you buy the dip? In the fear, in the fear, in the fear, in the fear. Are you near? Are you near? Are you near? Bitcoin. On St. Patty's Day. On St. Patty's Day. It's a fatty way. It's a fatty way. Get your sats today. On St. Patty's Day. Get your sats today. On St. Patty's Day. Stack those sats away. On St. Patty's Day. Stack those sats away. On St. Patty's Day. So check it out. Where's Lifer Friend when you need him? Where's DJ Frodo when you need him? Shout out to my DJs in the game. When you guys gonna have to invite me to like a big DJ night one night. We're gonna have like a blast. We're gonna have to do something crazy. So what could you have traded? You could have traded the 5L, the 3L. You could have traded leverage. You could have done whatever you wanted to get busy. I had to set up on the MEXC token here. I had to sell at literally 28 something and a sell at 27. Both of my sell orders hit perfectly at the basically pretty close to the top of the trade, right? Sell, bang, unbelievable. So another beautiful day in trading land, right? And but this is, you know, I did fall asleep at 1. I did wake up at 8. I worked my complete took us off, and I put in 12, 14-hour days. It's not easy to make it as a trader. You're gonna work harder than you work at any other job you've ever worked at. Don't think it's not. You're gonna skate off into the sunset. All right. Just a little bit back for all the knowledge you shared with us. God bless my man Panzer ZM. Thank you so much for the CZKs, which I don't know what they are, but God bless you. May God bless you for that. Hey, that was a big one. That's, you know, it went up $20, so that's $20. Thank you so much for the love, man. Bang, trade hitting on Bitcoin. And now we're getting paid right now on the short. What is the short? Open position. Short's up 8% now. Short is now up 8%. The short is now up 8%. We got Czech Republic crowns. Thank you. God bless you for the Czech Republic crown, man. That's awesome. So we hit our target, right? And that was it. I mean, length of the base of the triangle. This stuff is not rocket science. It is science, but it's not rocket science, right? And then you just, you know, like any non-greedy person, you don't go all the way for the entire gain. You try to get like 70 to 80% and you humble out. If you stay humble in trading, you'll make so much more gains than if you do not stay humble in trading. So, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Do whatever makes you happy. I prefer to stay humble in trading. Humble traders stay here a long time. You want to last longevity, right? You want to make it to the end here. So look, I got my Binance chart. It served us well. We got this, we got that. Let's start fresh. Let's begin a brand new chart. Let me break down what I see happening for Bitcoin. I was short in the trading group. You guys seen it. I put out a head and shoulder pattern. What does that mean? It means there was a 68% chance that the market was going to go to the downside. If you didn't think about it and you just traded it, you did what you were supposed to do. Today at 9:12 p.m., Bitcoin possible vibe here. I can't tell you what's going on, but I mean, you know, and you just had a huge pump and you're overbought on the bigger time frames. What do you think was going to happen? Think it was going to be some easy, sweet ride to the upside? So that's how it works, everybody. That DJ voice, though. Humble is key, honestly. Bookmaps looking nuts. We'll take a look at the BOOKMAP. Le BOOKMAP. Well, BOOKMAP just shows orders to the downside. And there's more orders down here than up there. 26,100. I mean, we're away from the 21-day moving average. It's simple, everybody. Keep your trading simple. So I'm going to delete everything. Not that we don't have to, but it was just what a work. I mean, and I could keep it forever. But I mean, it doesn't serve us anymore. When trading 3S and 3L, do you go by the 3S and 3L chart or do you use the regular chart? No, I use both charts. I look at the regular chart, but I always have the 3L next to me. You have to look at the actual asset because what if someone else just jumps into this and doesn't buy Bitcoin? I mean, at the end of the day, it is correlated as a derivative, but at the end of the day, or electronically traded fund ETF, but at the end of the day, it is a looking for flags on the 3S and 3L. 26 is pretty thick buy wall. Could bounce from there, at least temporarily. Yeah, if you get oversold in the 5 or the 7 and you're really beat to the ground, yeah, you might have a little bit of a flag action there, but you're making lower lows, and, it's all about the 21. Once you get addicted to my style, which is the 21-day, and you realize the price has to come back, you're going to realize that even if we go up and down here, then that's sideways, not to worry. Highly unlikely for a huge pump out of nowhere. It's just highly unlikely based on my momentum indicators. Anything is possible, though. Anything. But yeah, in answer to that man's question or that person's question, yes, you want to use the actual asset first, map out the trade, see the risk-reward ratio, and then you want to map out the identical move on the exact pattern, but on the actual thing that you're doing. Also, if you're in my trading group, I gave you the inverted head and shoulder. I saw it yesterday at 3 p.m. Around 3 o'clock, I was playing with the market, looking at the market, and I finally was like, there it is. There it is. We had an amazing day yesterday. We're going to have an amazing day today, right? But here I am at 3:15, and I saw that Bitcoin was making an inverted head and shoulder at 3:14 p.m., right? And then I made a video update about why I wanted to go long and how I was long, and people were like, he's spot on, and lo and behold, we nailed it. We absolutely nailed it, and I like that we always have proof, too, of what we did, shoulder, head, and shoulder. There it is with the stop loss, take profit, it is what it is, bang, bang, bang. At 3 o'clock, this is what you get if you're in a trading group when a leader of the trading group works 7 days a week and doesn't take a day off and loves everything that they do. Passion is action, and progression is the movement. When you live in passion, you progress at the highest level you can because you love what you're doing. And when you love what you're doing, it's easy to continue to push every single day. So look, I'm going to delete everything. And we're going to have fun together as a trading group. We're going to go to the daily time frame. All right. And we're going to look at what's happening right now because we had a big move, big dumps, big pumps. We have to reassess. We have to reassess our emotions. We have to, even though we don't need the emotions, we have to reassess how we feel. What are we feeling? Are we too caught up in the uptrend? Are we not seeing the possible downtrend? What are we doing? What's going on? All right. Now, I got a couple ideas here that I haven't really seen out there. One idea is this here on Coinbase, a bearish idea, is that we're in this, look at this, bullish megaphone, all right? Which now I see we could be in a diamond on the other side, which I didn't even, someone pointed out to me on the weekly screen share. Could we be making a reversal diamond? And it doesn't mean we'll dump to the downside, but could we just dump right back down to 16.8? There's a chance. Anything is possible with the way they're playing games with the markets these days. So I'm open-minded. In the end, Bitcoin's going to win. I know that. In the end, math wins. If 2 + 2 = 4, then Bitcoin's going to win. I'm not asking what other people think. Everyone's like, what about governments? What about ideas? They're going to ban it like they banned gold in 1971. Do you think they're going to ban Bitcoin like they're going to ban gold in 1971? That's going to be a big tweet for me today. Do you think the government will ban like they banned gold in the 1970s? Because I don't know the exact date. And you believe that? Imagine them telling you to give up your gold. I would be like, are you serious? Like, and I want to add Peter Schiff on this, see what he says about it. Do you think the government will ban Bitcoin like they banned gold in the 1970s in the U.S.? Let me know, the LMK. I want to know how you feel about this. This is a big tweet. I want to see the data that comes in on that. I say no way because I'm a maxi. Well, not a maxi because I love all the coins. But you know what I mean? I love Bitcoin more than, most coins. And I want to see Bitcoin shine and break the mold. All right. And where do we like to trade? We like to trade on MEXC, baby. MEXC got the 3Ls, they got so many ETFs. See, this is what I like. You learn how to trade, but you don't know how to short. And shorting's scary. You're not sure what to do. You don't want to jump on to these crazy exchanges So you're right here, you're ready to go, and you could trade all these beautiful ETFs, leverage ETFs. And they got ETFs, they have 5Ls, they have all sorts of leverage ETFs that'll blow your mind. So, and you could trade them bullishly. See, the cool thing about the leverage ETF is you don't have to learn how to short. You can learn how to trade bullishly and continue to trade in that manner. The short is now up 8.7%. 8.7%. Nice job with the short there. Funny. Did they make everyone give all their gold during the 1930s big crash? Yeah. Okay, so let's get back into what we're doing. So Bitcoin resistance was at 25,300, right? You could even call it 4 on a wick, but you know, it was 271 to me on the candle closing, but there we go. I mean, 25,200. All right. We busted through there beautifully to the upside. We just got to close the candle above the zone for me personally. All right. And I did draw this channel, and for me, we had to break it. Could we say we're kind of still hanging on it? I guess. And just like when you have a down, so I was looking at this, you know, I can't not look at that and see that as a broadening falling wedge. All right. Now, normally what these do is price action should come, revisit this, and then it bounces up the length of the base. And that should take us to 34,500. So, you know what I mean? That's what these should do in general. So I'm just, just pointing this thing out. Now we could make a diamond, like I said before. So let's keep that on the radar. To me, it could be a little sharper for the diamond, though. Meaning, I mean, more rigid to the upside and to the downside. But, can't say it's not. It doesn't have diamond vibes. So we have a possible diamond that would reverse 70% of the time back down to this red line here at 16,800. Not saying that's going to happen, but let's just, will you say the bear market is over? I'll be honest. Bear markets end when you get above the 200 SMA. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Is the bear market over? I'm going to address that in a little while on the live. If you want to stay tuned for that, we're going to get down and talk about whether the bear market is over or not. I'm going to make my final statement somewhere by 11:15 today, okay? So if you want to hang out for that, that's going to be pretty big because I will make a statement. One thing you know about me is I may go, I'm not sure, we're looking at this, but eventually I call it. Like the other morning, I called short. In my screen share last night, we called long. So be your own bank, keep your crypto safe. If you don't have a hardware wallet, Lifer has a link for the Trezor Model T. I'm telling you right now, get yourself a Trezor Model T today. Touchscreen, nice and chubby for the big fingers. My thumb's pretty chubby. I played hockey, use my hands a lot, and I still get able to maneuver pretty nicely on this screen. So I love the Trezor Touch. Get it today. Be your own bank and don't play yourself. Don't play yourself and put your Bitcoin on a hardware wallet. Enter it into the new Euler line. 69,500 to 20 bottom Euler basal. I see a fall at 15.1 and N6 if it doesn't make the call. I love it, man. I'm so deep in my own sauce, though, I can't drink yours. You know what I mean? Thank you much on this great day, but God bless you, brother. God bless everybody and anyone that didn't get to make it to this St. Patrick's Day. The short is up 888s now. 888s of the short, about to go 9% of the short. 9% on the short. A beautiful 9%. I only used 5x leverage. Very small amount of leverage. I don't like to trade leverage too much. I'm just dipping my toes in. Weekly might agree highly with the 16.5, but 5 day is setting up for a special move, so who really knows? Ledger and Trezor is on the way. Inverted head and shoulders. Shout out to Dr. Crypto doing the right thing. Lifer saves lives. Shout out to James Jones in the house. God bless you. Shout out to the 746 beautiful souls. 315 likes. May we get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Oh, one thing. I got to go to the intermission and just grab the Irish banner. 1 second. I'm just copy pasting. There we go. I had to grab that. I'll shrink it down. But we had to get that up there somehow. It might cover the screen somewhat, but we got to be real about it. Sean, thank you so much for providing us this beautiful banner today for St. Patrick's Day. I asked my team, I said, I need a quick banner, and he was there for me immediately. I got the best team in the entire world. I don't know anyone loves, like, the whole movement that we're making. They're just a beautiful group of people. I'm blessed to have them in my life. Shout out to Jamie. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Lakochi Coker. Shout out to my wife and me. Put green dye, and shout out to John. Put green dye in the toilet, gold coins in the ground for the kids. St. Patrick's Day rules. You're funny. The banner is on point. Sean, amazing. I'm late. Hi from England. Do you give Yes, I do give the S&P updates too. We will. We'll get into the S&P. And there we go. The short continuing to dump on you. And now we're up 9.35% on the short, up 9.35% on the short. 26,200. You knew we were coming down. So, okay. So here's an idea. I'm just giving you one idea with a measured move to the upside. And we could pull back all the way to 24,000, and this would be spot on. All right. This is kind of what this shape does. And then it rips. So that's something, shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. You see that? It would make an inverted head and shoulder, and it would blast. And that would also be the measured move of the inverted head and shoulder, because that's the length of the base of the head to the neckline. Amazing coincidence, right? I love those. I love how that works out. So that's something that I'm seeing very, very possible. Now, if we don't do this and we can't really breach this trend line, which it looks like we're having a bit of an issue here. And I believe this is a spider line. And what people don't realize is spider lines are also Fibonacci's. They are diagonal Fibonacci lines. So we're looking here at a diagonal Fibonacci, which is also a spider line, right? So I'm just putting down, I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. So this is one idea here. You can see it, a bump and run. We got to get back above this line to get the move to the upside. So significant trend line for sure, in my humble opinion, for Bitcoin. I turned 33 today in the third week of the third month of the third year of the 2020s. Insane. Rendered monthly. That's so crazy. You turned 33 on the third week of the third month of the third year. Bruce Wayne Jr. God bless you, Bruce Wayne. Thank you for jumping on in, man. Hope everything's going well for you. Render on the monthly. Cadena and Ethereum. When trading 3M, do you go by the ETF chart or by the regular chart? We answered that one at least. Thank you so much, Toby Linares, for coming on through and doing the super chats. Shout out to the Blue Crew, who shows up tirelessly every single day. The fact that this show has not taken a day off since February of 2021. This show has come through. My team, everyone that's part of it, has helped me achieve the unbelievable. Not taking a day off in over a year and almost 2 years, coming up on 2 years. 2 years. No, it's been 2 years now. Hold up. It's been 2 years since we've done the stream now for 2 years straight without a day off. I've done it for 2 years. 2 consecutive years now. I know I could do 2 more now. I'm locked in the pocket. I know exactly where my focus is. They try to get me. Certain things have tried to take me out the game, but it hasn't happened yet. May God keep blessing me, keep me healthy, keep me safe, keep me free from accident, keep me free from plane delays, keep me free from any issue that could stop me from my streak, dear Lord. Thank you so much for helping me continue to go. I don't know how you've done it, but I praise you, Lord, because it was you. It was you, Lord. Without you, this never would have happened. May God bless this union of everybody here. Such a blessing. Let me get back into Bitcoin. So sorry. So we got to breach this diagonal trend line. You can see how kind of significant it is. We got to get back above it. So that is a significant resistance for me personally. And you can see that we wicked above it and we're playing games. Can we close a daily candle back above the zone? It's a good question. All right. But look, the VRVP is beginning to open up for us on the daily time frame. Our next high volume node sits at 3888, the 3 quadruple eights. So we're going to be watching this level very closely. Resistance, bounce, 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 bounce. And we're sniffing 40K in my analysis, which is insane. Just the fact that it's coming up as a number near one of my measured moves is an exciting time to be alive. All right. We all know that we're definitely going to be having a tussle with this area for sure, because that is previous support of resistance up and down area right there. So that's going to be a level we're going to be looking at, 30,000. Psychological. Once we enter into the 28.5, we know it's going to start getting a little bit hairy. We're going to get some resistance in that zone. Okay? So, we've looked at the bigger picture. I've showed you where the VRVP sits. And I'm telling you, it's not. And then look, then there's a gap here. So by my analysis, I'm realizing it's going to be a lot easier to get to 48,000 than I realized. It's going to be a lot easier to get to 40. I'm not saying it's going to be a walk in the park and it's not going to take a week. All right? Don't get too excited here. But just understand that 48,000 is not that far away. All right? Not as far away as as some may think. All right? I just want to put that out there. Okay. Moving forward. Now the short is up 7.84%. 7.84%. I may just close it. It's a good percentage. And I could swing another one. I'm going to instant close it as 7.7%. I got to look at kind of the order book too, though, before I instant close. I got to look at a smaller time frame. Let me finish my analysis. This sometimes it gets in the way. I'd rather give you your analysis than care about my trade. Insane, right? But it's true because we're kind of locked in right now. So anyway, it's the difference between a few percentages unless things get pretty hairy. Looks like some indecision on a wick. 7.65. We did lose a 0.5%. Should trail that stop at this point. So anyway. So look, we have a wick here and we wick to it. So we'll call this, look, we wicked right to that point and we wicked right to that point. So that's all we have to go on, but that is a resistance point, 27,000. All right. We call it a little bubble, but yeah, about 26,800 to 27K we'll call it. So we tapped it. Let's see what this said. Yeah, did we hit it? We hit, the high was 26,970. So we were $30 away from 27,000. Ciao, bella. Hello, beautiful, man. So there we have that, okay? So this is what we're looking at here for Bitcoin. All right. Another idea that I got cooking. Are we going to make some type of, honestly, nah, because we ripped out of it already, kind of negates the idea that I had. So I'm going to leave that alone. So we see our daily resistance. We can see where we're going, and we can see where we would bounce. A major bounce point is 23.7, 23.8. Okay, and right here and then the big area that we broke above. So those are kind of your two big daily areas to watch. You lose that, you would probably take a nibble at 22.5, and then you'd come back down to 21.800, the 800. So again, let's go over that. We start to lose this area, and there's a short, or things don't look well, or something's going on. You're looking to hold on to 25.3. You lose 25.3, you're looking at 23,800, 23,007 to 23,008. You're looking in that zone. You lose that, you may take a stop over at 22.5 before you get to 21.8. So just go over those ideas for yourself. All right. What's highly probable, so don't be so afraid, is if we come back down and we bounce, and then this pattern hits its target. It's a very likely scenario. Again, that would be the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. I just want you to see these things nice and clear and understand what's happening. All right. All right. Now we can move on. Let's dive deeper into the smaller time frame. 4 hour is beat to the ground at this point. So now let's look at what we're talking about here. You're in a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. So there's a 68% chance this breaks down to where it began, which then coincides with the 23,800 level. So now you start to build some type of an idea here. And that would bring us back down here on the stochastics RSI, which is overbought. Sorry. I'd like that to be nice and clean, right? But it's overbought there. So this wouldn't be insane. And it's kind of a double top, even though the top is a little higher. And that swings to up to the upside. And when we look at it here, we swing to the downside. And that, my friends and family in this crypto space, is called a bearish divergence. And when you have bearish divergence, there's a high likelihood that you're going to make a low lower than this low inside of the divergence. Just like if we were flipping this to a bullish divergence, we would going to make a high. Now, it will have to coincide with the resistance. So support and resistance will trump whether it can do that. So I've learned that. I've learned my lesson that way. So I always let support and resistance. So can we hold the zone? That's the question. Smaller time frames will begin to build the idea. The short is now holding about a 7.5%. I like it. I'm going to hit instant close, and we're going to go from there. So I instant closed my 5X Lev at 7.5%. Well, I'll go for another one maybe later today. We'll see what happens. So short's closed for me personally. I did the deed. It is what it is, and we'll go from there. I didn't really look at the chart as much as just liked my percentage gain for the day. Like I just took a humble, and that's another thing. Your metric should be you and not the market. My metric was me. I liked where I sat for me. I liked where my portfolio, I liked the gain that was positioned for me. So I took it. You do whatever makes you happy, right? And again, some people like so you close the trade. Yeah, I'm out. I'm done. All right, I'm done. Funny. And the journey continues. Shout out to everybody here on the live. 755 people, 372 likes, $161 in chat revenue. May I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. Altcoin tops are getting lower as Bitcoin gets higher and high. This is mostly due to Bitcoin dominance getting higher. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin dominance. We're going to break it down when we're done with Bitcoin. All right. So remember, we have a bearish divergence here. All right. It's kind of cool. You can do settings. You can type in like bearish div, right? You can even call it regular, like reg bearish div. And then you can go save as and call it RBD, right? Regular bearish div. Hit save. I guess it would be the other way, but and then you can always have it there. Save it. Where are you? Oh yeah, RBD. And see, now you have regular bearish div. Well, you can also do like, you hit it and you flip it to the top. And this is just good for beginners. So if you're in my trading group and you're pointing things out, you can label all your stuff. You can label this measured move if you want. Oh, only on the white lines, I guess. So once you make a white line, but see, I have a white line here. So I can hit that and I can label that measured move because I have it saved. It's just nice to show people what you're saying, what you're thinking about. It's beautiful, right? Anyway, so we got regular bearish divergence. All right. And that tells me that we're likely to going to drop to the downside to find some support, either this main support area. We do have a little breach there. There's a chance we don't break 25,945. We do have a little area there, and I'll respect that. I'll respect that with a ray there. All right. Now we go to the 1 hour time frame. Now the 1 hour was the one, and now I flip on my moving averages. Super important. We want to see the 1 hour touch the 21-day moving average. It's very, very important. So we can see that the 4 hour likely does want to fall back. What I like is the 21 is not that far away from price action. When you get a good pump in the 21 and price action not that far away, it's a good sign. Let's take a look at our daily. How far is the daily away from the 21? A little far, but doesn't mean we can't go sideways to catch up to it. All right. But just remember that too. So that gap has to be closed at one point. And the daily is eventually overbought. The 22 hour as well. We've been waiting for this one. We got an extra little pump out of it. We've been waiting for this one too as well. So we pull back into the 1 hour. And we can't deny this, rising wedge that technically breached if you look at it here. You flip it upside down, I mean, you'd play that as a falling wedge. So you can't not play it as a rising wedge, You can't be open-minded one way and not open-minded the other way. You just can't have it any way you want it. It doesn't get sliced that way. So could we be making some type of flag? It's possible. Is the 15-minute beat to the ground and getting a bounce? Yeah, so I close my short. Looks like a pretty good time. If the 7s beat to the ground too, yeah, it's a pretty good idea to close the short. If you start getting some bullish divergence, it's another good idea to close the short. Yeah, nothing crazy. It is almost hidden though. Look, oh my gosh, look. Did I just uncover a hidden bullish divergence? From this low to this low is an uptrend, but here it's a preposterous downtrend. It's a bit of hidden bullish divergence on the 7-minute time frame. Suggests that we're going to get a bounce here back to the upside down. Might be a nice little long now the other way with leverage and just ping pong it all day back and forth. So that's looking to me like a bounce on if you're trading small time frames, like we may be getting a bounce here on the 7 and the 15. Just a slight, you know. And the 1 hour bending like that's a good sign that we've completed. That's good enough. For a bullish sign, you don't get, when you're really bullish and getting a lot of bullish momentum, you don't get pressed all the way down. You kind of scoop because you're getting so much momentum. So that's interesting. So the bigger time frames, I see sideways price action in general. Like, there could be a huge pump today. Anything could happen. My predictions are saying highly unlikely. 26.9292 looked like it was a pretty good entry though for a possible scalp long back to the upside here. And so you're like, how's this guy? This guy says short on the 4 hour, but he's long on a 1 hour. What is he doing? Well, I'm teaching you how different time frames play out. So now the 1 hour can oscillate while the 4 hour kind of goes sideways or to the downside. And we don't have to go down. I mean, we could do, we'll see what happens. There's your 21 though. Eventually these are going to have to touch before we have a bigger move. So what do we see happening for today? Well, the 1 hour takes care of about an 8 hour time frame. Around, depending. Not every time. 6 to 12, so around rounding to 8. So I see sideways price action. Let's see if we can defend 26,300. See this resistance here? Let's see if we can defend this new area that we've gotten back above on a local area. So far it seems like it may be that long is now bouncing back up. Makes me want to go back in and just open the long now. Same way back up. Right back to the upside. So for the day, I see sideways price action for Bitcoin. Sideways, I'm going to take away my 4 hour projection for now because I just want to be clear about it. But that's it. That's pretty good, everyone. We looked at the daily. We could look at some bigger time frames too as well. At the end of the stream, we're going to look at some bigger time frames, and I'm going to answer the question whether we're in a bear market or not. All right? At the end of the stream, I'm going to answer whether we're in a bear market or not, and we're going to look at some big time frames. I'm going to come to my final decision. All right? So if you want to hear what I say, the lifer, and you want to keep that on me and be like, oh, that's what he said, then you can hold me to it. All right? All right, so let's get a bounce here on the 15, and the 1 hour could bend. 2 hour looks absolutely horrible for a dump, so that's just one thing to think about. So looks like we could go sideways or even make another right shoulder here. So look, I'm looking here. Shoulder, head, possible right shoulder there. I'm still more bearish because the 4 hour needs to complete the pullback, and so does the daily. So I'm overall bearish on that bearish divergence in the 4 hour time frame. High likelihood that opening up a short is highly likely. The smartest idea. Stop loss above 27,660. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such. Stop loss somewhere above 26K 300. Maybe it doesn't have to be that steep. Let's see, like on the 4 hour. But I mean, already that short was in perfect command, I actually had a really good entry on that short, but you always never second guess. Like I still took my 7%, but now, my mind's like, your mind will second guess you sometimes. Throw that out the window. The second you go to second guess, throw it out the window. Good trade, move on. Don't do that to me, mind. It's not fair. Don't do that, So we're coming down to this 21, I'm telling you. And where the vicinity is, it's likely that we're going to hit 25,002 or, we'll be lucky if we only hit 25.8 in my humble opinion. But I do see some type of pullback coming. All right. So bigger time frame, expect a pullback somewhere into this region. All right. Unless we can defend this giant, we have a little, unless we can defend 25.8, 25.9. So we'll watch so I'm predicting sideways price action for Bitcoin, but look for it to make this right shoulder. If it does that, I'd be looking to extend the short. So if it, like for instance, remember the 4 hours pinning us, so we'll get this pump back up. 15 minutes, 7, they'll come back up. Maybe the 1 hour just kind of lackluster does this. We do something like that, and then we'll have to heed that pattern, and that could be our breakdown, So just keep that in mind. Something that I'm looking at. So I'm watching for this right shoulder to form. I'm expecting a bounce back to the upside here, but how big of it is. So I see sideways or downward momentum for the day, in my humble opinion, if I had. So my call is sideways or to the downside based on the 4-hour time frame and the bearish divergence. And that's my call. And I was short this morning already, and I just closed the trade at 7%, 5x left. So it's up to you. You do whatever makes you happy. It is what it is. So there's my idea for Bitcoin, and we can move on now. Let's take a look at the ES1 S&P futures, and we'll go from there. But I feel very comfortable with what I did in my analysis. You know, my brain asks for so many different steps, tips, and things that I have to go over before I'm like thorough. And I like what I did. I feel thorough about what happened here. All right. Any like bullish thing that I'm missing that could change the game here? I mean, this could be a flag, and this flag could break out the length of the pole, and it could pump all the way here and break that high, and we could go to 26.62 today, right? You know, on the 33-minute chart, right? 30-minute chart looks pretty bullish. What if it pumps hard? And there's a kind of a hidden bullish divergence. That's swinging up, but that's swinging down. So interesting enough, there's a little bit of, but that could dump again and then negate it too. So it's more likely, because we have established bearish, that's what I'm going to play for. But so far the long is playing out that I just kind of went over, because it's likely we're going to break to the top of the pattern based on how low the 15 and the 7 are. And I'm a stochastic RSI guy. When the stochastics RSI get low, you got to give them their respect. You got to respect them. All right? You got to respect them. Would have sworn I made this small and just for the point of, so that I wouldn't have this happen to me every time. And I resaved it again. Just annoying. So yeah. And then even if that pumps up nicely, it's just making a right shoulder. You can see the head and shoulder beginning to form, can't you? Or is it just me? So just be careful. Just be careful. All right. And yeah, let's get into the S&P futures. So S&P, we had to get a bounce here. Super important. We did not fall back inside the pattern. Let's talk about it. So we got the bounce. Beautiful. I had this idea. We broke out of this falling wedge. Great. Okay. And our measured move was right there. Look, we wicked exactly to it. How did we get the measured move? It was an inverted head and shoulder. Length of the base of the neckline to the head. Told you where we would go. Look, we wicked exactly to the line. Right? Insane, right? How this plays out. So, but we got to a resistance point. And we gotta get back above that point. So let's clean it. I'm gonna take the moving averages off for a second. And we're just gonna see. So we hit that. It was also a symmetrical triangle. And I always try to show you that a lot of times you're going to be able to see an inverted head and shoulder inside. So we got rejected by 4,000. Couldn't get above it. We're doing a retest now today, and it is 11 in the morning, and we're oversold. So I want this bounce. And we get this bounce, it actually could help Bitcoin get that same bounce I showed you that may push us up here to 27.5. So that is a bullish possibility. For me, it's very close to a double top or a right shoulder, so it's still, But so we're looking for the S&P to break this previous high. We got to get back up here. It would be really nice if we could do that by the end of today. Again, shoulder, head. Are we going to make a right shoulder? So you can see we have two pending right shoulders here and here. Quite interesting, isn't it? And I love that. We just uncovered that together. That's an epiphany. But if we didn't dive deep in the charts, we never would have got there. It's pretty cool how this works out. Pretty cool. Don't worry, we'll get to the super chats. See-through clothing, you freak. I want an invisibility cloak. I know. Oh, yeah, I was saying I remember I did that one day, right? I was live streaming. I'm just the man that you can't see in the charts, who's in the charts. So we see some, piss me off, boom, you're invisible. Why you play hockey? When you're now rich, you could join golf club, because I want to know the mentality behind your action. I don't play hockey. I used to, though. I used to. Maybe Sam can marry us. Who needs to get married? Super chats, Kadena and Eth. We're being ratted out and making new high, dude. Is there a big difference between the 5-minute and the 7-minute? I mean, not too much, no. But the 7-minute just is my go. Sometimes there is. Sometimes there is. Each candle's got 2 minutes on it, and then you got different candles, and over time, in 35 minutes you have 7 candles instead of 5. So there could be a slight difference. There is. It's slight though. Friday, the 17th, baby. And we're doing them. Oh, look at that. And it says it is. Huh. Interesting. That's funny. Okay, so yeah, I need to unwind it. I'm like, that's not right. Could you show some entry points for Soul DCAing? You grow, I grow. How's your boat life? The boat's okay. The boat is okay. Yeah. Yeah, we told you Bitcoin was going to pump, right? On the 15-minute. Overbought. Stochastics. What do you think's going to happen? That's why I closed my short at the perfect time. I didn't even look at the charts. I just felt good about it. Thank gosh I did. All right. So I'm not saying this is guaranteed to happen. We're going to take it one step at a time, but we're going to project this right shoulder. And if the right shoulder plays out, we're going to take the short even more. If the right shoulder doesn't play out and it starts to break this high, then we're going to look for another retest or a flag and continue to trade long. Like, we'll take whatever the market gives us on any given Sunday. Get it? Any given. Sorry, Gene Hackman. Sorry, I'm the worst. I'm the worst. Gene Hackman. Sorry. I'm sorry. I did it again. All right. So we're looking for this right shoulder not to be had. We want to see this break above here. So I'm going to put a green box. We would like to see the S&P right here. All right. Daily also still has gas. More gas than Bitcoin, but curving down and showing some signs of, not too great. All right. If we take away everything, it's kind of in that resistance bar, in that line there, right? So I'll take away the squiggliness for now. But so I'll be watching for this right shoulder to be had. All right. And we'll stay on point for you in the trading group. And we'll look at that at the end of the day. How that ends up is going to, pan out to the Monday, and we'll see where we end up throughout the weekend. Next year, Sammy wears a kilt for Robert Burns Day. Okay, let's do it. Michael Collins, man. Gold is up today. Peter Schiff says that metals have decoupled from the rest of the market. I believe they have a little bit. They're becoming a risk-on asset. People know the dollar is just too risky at this point. Before, the dollar was like a risk-on, risk-off, and they would go back and forth. Dollar's just too risky at this point. Way too risky. 4-hour wants to dump hard on the S&P, and it says it's going to take us all the way back down here. So, just like Bitcoin, S&P wants to move, and the 4-hour and the 21 are close, though, which is an okay sign that we may actually get saved. So, your proximity to the 21-day moving average can save price action here. But it looks like we'll make one of these again. And it may have to come lower on the 4-hour to reset. So, the S&P come down here, makes a symmetrical triangle, and then breaks back up. We cannot break in here. We cannot. No good, I'm going to say. We cannot go there. We cannot go there. That would not be a good sign. All right. Lifer streams 7 days a week, baby. You know the rules. Wearing a kilt, right, Sam? 20. IMX on fire. I'm bullish on all valuable metals. Amen, baby. Bro, you better hope there's another alt season. Gary trying to make them all securities. Trust me, man. I have this big... I'm fretting. Don't... Just take a deep breath, man. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Everything's going to be okay. Pleiadian Starseeds, Indigo Andromedans. Shout out to my Creator Crypto people. Shout out to my Pleiadian Starseeds, Indigo Andromedans. I love you all. If you know what I'm saying, then you're a lifer for life, baby. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. What about waves? What about it, baby? Okay, so there's the S&P. Let's take a look at the DXY because we have to. So don't question it. So look, I mean, beautiful sign right now. Beautiful sign. Who saw it? I saw it. Daily wants to push up. I get it. 12-hour wants to push up too, but look at this 12-hour. Look what we're seeing here. It's interesting how we're seeing a lot of the similar pattern here. But that is a right shoulder. I would love to see this dump. The beautiful thing about this is we keep bearishly retesting. This would take us to the sweet spot that I've been waiting for, which is the measured move of the rising wedge ever since we got established bearish divergence here on the 12-hour time frame. Tells me that this will continue to the downside. I do not see how the dollar makes it out this time. China selling U.S. debt, right? And the bond market collapsing. It's not going to be a safe haven anymore. It's too risky. What used to be the safest thing in the world is going to become risky. Bitcoin is going to replace the bond market. I'm telling you right now, Bitcoin will replace the bond market. It'll eat it alive. People will just realize that it's far safer to own Bitcoin than any government debt at all. And yeah, most people don't know the kilt was copied from the Roman toga. Interesting. When you buy the recording, you'll be added to the next available class at no charge. Shout out to CNC Ireland. And I teach class every single Tuesday, everybody. If you want to jump on into class, I teach class every single Tuesday from 3 to 5:30. You could sign up today with a link in the description. It's $60 if you're in the trading group, $100 if you're not. And I go over all these concepts and things that I give you a PowerPoint, a 9-point checklist. It's too unbelievable what I give people, so people don't believe it. Just take it. Your mind will be blown. All right. We are things between the waters below and the waters above. The blessings of God to protect you in every way. Shout out to Jim Board 66 in the house. DXY is going to the moon. All right, says you. Who's that good looking man? Who's that? Who said that? 896 people watching. Hit the like button. Everybody. Wow, 896 beautiful, 903 beautiful souls in the live, 452 likes. Maybe we get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. So the DXY, I want to see this continue to dump here on the 12-hour time frame. Then we will see what happens on the daily. Daily does want to rip back up. 2-day still has some downtime coming, and the 3-day wants to tear you a new one. So anyone that, that's a rising wedge breaking to the downside. So I'm going to continue to watch my 12-hour. Thank you so much. I'm going to continue to watch this emerging head and shoulder that's starting to form. This forming head and shoulder for the dollar index. And it's looking pretty nice to me. So bearish tones for the dollar index. All right. Right now, the 1 hour wants to dump on you too, which is a good sign that we could get that pump for the S&P and we could get that move. So we never broke out of that nice little that nice bull flag. That's a good sign for the dollar. So I like what we're seeing here. I want to see this right shoulder get completed, and I want to see it dump down to my measured move at 101 area. All right. IOI just continuing to bang, huh? Interesting. Funny, I had a setup on this, I guess. I mean, it's still dolphin dip, may have put some people out, but I had this in the cup and handle for 69. This thing would continue. I didn't personally put the trade out recently. I had found the cup and handle, and I was talking about how IO tokens were likely to pump. But Bitcoin had made a tremendous dump since then and all that nonsense. So, MNET, one of my favorite coins to trade. MNET looking pretty nice. I have an alert here, as you can see. MNET looking pretty nice. Still forming a falling wedge. I like to trade MNET. Immutable X, people have asked me about. I had it in this cup and handle. It had exploded. Look, it's up nicely. And the target for Immutable X will take you to 180. And this thing's already now up to 147, up 47%. Calamari was on my radar too as well. Looked like it wicked to the stop loss though, so we have to say, did it get taken out? It looks like it did. Maybe it got so close. No, I hit the stop loss. They wicked me out. But it is what it is. I mean, it's still pumped. So I was close to the bag on that one. But they got us. All right. And then this trade too, just Bitcoin 3L on KuCoin, 37% at the flag. Just what a beautiful simple as a simple does. Someone could have just traded that without all the fixings that I used. Just called it a day. STX, we talked about it on the live stream. I drew this twisted sister, said it's either going to respect one or the other. Once it broke out here, chance you can make it to the top. Now it's double topping though. Similar to Bitcoin, looking for it to go sideways. But overall, I see it making this action and then making a giant move up. Something about this coin looks like a good DCA. All right. And let's break down the news real quick. Let's break down the news. Shout out everybody here. My name is Crypto Lifer, and I am here on St. Patrick's Day. I'm wearing green. I'm green screened out. It is what it is. Don't worry about it. My name is Samuel James Price. Thank you for jumping on in every single day to the live stream. And I go over the news every day in cryptocurrency. 3 hot topics that'll change the day or the way you look, or could even help you find out how to make some bank in your pocket. So look, crypto speculators betting on no airdrop for Arbitrum lose 95%. Claims of no airdrop on a popular prediction market fell steeply in a single day after Arbitrum confirmed its airdrop on Thursday. Crypto traders making bearish side bets on the possibility of a layer 2. There's always going to be an airdrop. Why wouldn't they do an airdrop? It would make perfect sense. Users of Arbitrum, which has seen immense growth in the last few days, were expecting the network to issue its native tokens for a long time. Arbitrum developers had previously denied they plan to issue tokens, but that didn't dissuade traders from making bets on the possibility of the tokens in the future. Arbitrum airdrop by March 31st proved to be a popular market on the decentralized prediction marketplace pulled together, attracting 4 million in volume. Wow, that many people want to bet on that many things. It's just crazy. Why don't you just learn how to trade? They just want to speculate on crazy things. That's just like betting on football. Traders could place bets on no or yes based on whether Arbitrum would both launch an airdrop or native token. The launch was defined as a token deployed to Arbitrum's main token. And yes, bets no trended until Thursday. Such claims sold for 70 cents until last week, sliding down to 64 cents on Thursday morning. This is a big deal. Arbitrum will do an airdrop. The tables flipped after Arbitrum's announcement, and claims jump over 96 cents. Over 600,000 now scheduled to be paid out to bettors on March 31st. No claims dumped to just 3 cents. It's so funny, man. But Arbitrum, and that airdrop's going to come. A bunch of people are going to probably dump when it first come out. So I wouldn't, be speculative when it first drops, and then we'll kind of ease into what happens. But it's definitely going to be a big coin. I don't see how it couldn't 10x or do something pretty big, something we definitely have to pay attention to. Polygon Matic soars 26% as ZK Ethereum virtual machine launch date is announced. And I just did a big video. We got to get this video out, man. Jamie, we got to get this video out. I love my team. But this is like, man, right? This is now like we actually would have hit hard with this today because we made a video about this exact thing. And we explained exactly what it is, how it works, what happens with it. I can't wait to put this video out. Polygon Matic is about to usher a new wave era for the ecosystem as a layer 2 proposed launch of the multi-awaited ZK Ethereum virtual machine feature. The protocol announced recently that the feature, which is a mainnet beta, is bound to go live on March 27th and has geared the community's interest to the future of the protocol and Ethereum as a whole. I mean, this is big for Ethereum and big for Matic. This is huge news. I have a beautiful video coming out within 4 to 5 days. It's going to blow your mind. I'm telling you right now, it's going to blow your mind. Jamie, my team, is amazing, and they put together an amazing bit of research, man. My team's unreal how much work they do. Shout out to my team, man. Nobody can run a YouTube channel alone. I'm telling you that right now. Nobody does it alone. I never hear YouTubers talking about their team. I hear Ben talk about his team all the time, but I never hear other YouTubers talking about their team. I love my team, man. God bless my team. People making thumbnails, working on ideas, concepts, editing videos, helping me come up with ideas, helping me organize. My team is unbelievable. On-chain data reveals how trading firms work the USD stablecoin RePeg. Trading firms were quick to jump on the USDC long trade last weekend as the stablecoin, which was meant to be pegged to 1-to-1 to the dollar, fell to lows 87 cents. But you could see on-chain data, how they move money to one place into another place. Things that you can't see in the banking system. We can just hear what they said, and we can try to figure out where the money was moved. But this is what I like about the clarity of cryptocurrency and the on-chain data. This is why we think we should have a blockchain party and not the Republican or the Democrat. We should have a party where everything is on the blockchain. Show me the votes. Show me the budgets. Show me it all. Show me the blockchain. So this is a cool thing that you can see the behind the scenes of how one wallet made a $16.5 million in a day trading tether for USD on DAI. I mean, that's pretty crazy, right? And trading firms work the USD. I mean, you could actually trade the repeg, which is insane. Because you knew they were going to repeg, and you knew the money was going to come in, so you just had to buy low because you knew they were going to be forced to repeg. Getting a bit of a short squeeze now at 26,450 for Bitcoin as we look at BOOKMAP. This is a beautiful order book which shows me orders on a heat map. Link in the description below to Global or Global Plus. I absolutely love BOOKMAP. I do get a commission if you join them and subscribe, and then you can add, a lot of different indicators, Link, Doge, 10 of the main bigger coins, and you can see people actually getting liquidated. That's 12 accounts getting liquidated right there as we speak. $124,000 getting liquidated on Bybit, OKX, and Binance Futures. All right. And there we are, concurrent viewers with the 777 on the viewers. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in. And that is the news for the day. Thank you so much for watching the news, and we'll be back to our regular scheduled programito. Okay, so Bitcoin. We suggested this falling wedge would pump to the upside. The 50-minute is low. We're waiting for that pump. However, we now have a resistance at 26,598. You can see that if we don't get back above this on local time frames, like if the 4-hour candle can't close in the next 3, 4, if we go through 4-hour candles and we can't close one of them above 26,650, expect more downside. All right. I already showed you that there's likely more bit of a pullback coming based on the bigger time frames, but I'm open-minded to watch the smaller time frames, give us that confirmation and that loss of price action. So I don't need to spend more time on Bitcoin. I hope. I spent a lot of time on it today, and I'm pretty happy with where we stand with BTC. All right. How are we doing with the tweet? Let me follow that tweet around here, see how we're doing. Oh, yeah, you just have to refresh. Yeah, let's see. Do you think the government will ban Bitcoin like they banned gold in the 1970s? Let's see what people are saying. And retweet these things. Come on, retweet them. Hit a comment. Let's get as many retweets as possible. Let's get things moving. I think they're capable of anything. They could do that, but it won't work in the long run. Gold is more controllable than Bitcoin because it's physical. I think they're definitely going to try. The government has never had the people's best interest in their plans. Banned in the 30s. They will try their best to regulate the whole crypto space out of existence. With Bitcoin, however, they will try likely to make it one of their tools to control the masses. Interesting. Nope, greed is too strong. They have to ban the internet. At that point, we'd have bigger issues, in my opinion. Interesting. Bitcoin is tied to the internet. I like how we just said that. There's more things going on there. Gold was not tied to the internet at the time. So now you're talking some bigger ideas. I think I like what you just said. That breaks it down for me a little bit more. That's why I do this. I learn a lot from Twitter. Thank you for everyone that jumped on into that. Awesome. And keep answering this. I like it. I sit alone and I read these things and I get a lot out of it. Please help me get a lot out of Twitter. It's you. It's you. Let's take a look at the super chats and see what's happening in the game. Super chats. Kadena. Let's look at Kadena on KuCoin. I have it in a beautiful, beautiful inverted head and shoulder. Doesn't make the move. 3 hours says it's going to make another. Look, it's making like a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder inside the right shoulder. Looks like we may have a little bit of a pullback, but the bigger time frame, the daily, is overbought too as well. You're kind of indecision there. How about your 3-day? 3-day wants to rock. Your 2-day. 2-day is the chart I've been watching the most personally on most time frames. Let's slap out our moving averages again. I'm watching this cup and handle for Kadena. I like what it's doing. It hit a low. It hit another low. If you look at it, just kind of in its thing. I guess it's in a broadening wedge too as well. Look at that, you know. It's just similar to Bitcoin in a way, which is funny, right, on the bigger idea. Our 1 hour's coming back down for the reset. And honestly, I'm just watching this idea. What you want to see is as long as it stays above 96 cents, you're good to go. It means it's going to hold that right shoulder and pump. I trust in the pattern and let it play out. I don't like the daily too much. I'll tell you that. It would have to get pinned. Let's take a look at my 4-hour time frame. 4 hours coming down too, and you know, you got a little bit of resistance here. And everything follows Bitcoin. I'll tell you that. If Bitcoin kind of trumps the dump, then this is going to do the same. So you got a bit of a double top here at resistance. It may negate this head and shoulder and end up back down here. Safe play would be to wait for it to pop and retest this point of control right there, or get down here. These is where smart money likes to get in and doesn't, and that's where the emotions are not needed for Kadena. All right. 760 people watching, 512 likes. Pay the man. Smash that like button. I think I don't want to marry Gina now. Why? You're funny. All yours, Pure B. Sam better not read that. What's your opinion on Pure B's statement? I don't know. I'm trying to find what she said, but I can't even. I'm not even going to get. Blow it, Jamie. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to start. Don't make me. She's like the kid in class that like I know is always acting up, and like eventually, but at the same time, like she's done so many nice things to get on my sweet side. So like she's a problem in class. You know, this isn't true. I'm making like a hype, but like she's a problem in class. You know, like she like distracts the other kids. She makes jokes. Like she always wants like, you know, me. But at the same time, like I love her. So I'm like, oh, it's like, you know. So I'm like I know what Gina's doing and I don't even want to look, because if I look over there, like I'm gonna have to rep, and I don't even want to reprimand, so I'm not even gonna look at it. Don't stand so close to me. I was like that in class too. You're so funny, man. Why haven't you grown up, Gina? What's going on? They're talking in the staff room, man. You're so silly. So do my teachers. They laugh too. Yeah, exactly. They couldn't help, but you I can't look in the mirror without worrying Gino might be behind me, man. Oh, it's funny. So that's Kadena. Let's take a look at our next super chat. Thank you for throwing them down. Let's take a look at Render on the monthly. Render on the monthly. And I usually do way more super chats. I apologize today, but there was a lot to go over. And Bitcoin pumped huge. I mean, I'm still euphoric from last night. I'm still kind of coming down from the euphoria. Like, what a beautiful move. We broke that high, you know what I mean? There's a pullback coming, but we broke the high. Now we just need to make a higher low and continue our trend. Life is good when you're in the trend. So you asked for this in the monthly. I looked at this retracement on the 618, and this thing did pop. From the 618 up 40%, just knowing how to trade fibs. Went to the 706 too, the secret fib, 58% gains. Render. You asked for render on the monthly. It's a bit crazy, but let's see. I mean, yeah, it's got a giant double bottom. Could only continue. And it's got a use case, right? People are rendering. It's like a render farm. Attach your computer and render anything you want. You know, because we used to do a lot of rendering. I was in the TV. We had render farms. And we were rendering all the time. We would build whole computers just for rendering. The graphics team would be pumping stuff out, you know. So you're waiting for the 22-hour to cool off, kind of hang out. You got a beautiful support zone here that you may bounce back to for a double bottom. But you could also hold this zone. You could look for the retest. I'm looking for the right shoulder the other way now. Right there. And this project could make bacon on the beach. I like what I'm seeing here. I'm going to put an alert on the 22-hour for render, and I'm going to be watching render pretty closely. Render is on my radar. All right, render's on my radar. And we got a bit of a cup here, too. We called this a long bowl. That's a long bowl, bro. Yo, bro, that's a long bowl, man. What are your thoughts about V-Chain? Toby wants to render giant double bottom. Why did you got to do that? Like, I looked up and I just didn't even know what I read. I just read it thinking it was going to be like a serious comment. You know, like, Sam, I was wondering about... Yo, you just got me straight faced. Like, I don't know. It's just like I looked up and I was... it is St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to let... it's St. Patrick's Day. It's St. Patrick's Day. All right. But for some reason, I just keep looking at this Bill Buckner card. Super chats, Ethereum and FRA. Let's take a look at DCing on Sol. Which will be your entry points? I don't know, man. I wouldn't touch Sol, man. So I can't give you that because I wouldn't touch that thing. So look, Ethereum. doing damage, but it's overbought again too. 22-hour time frame, top of the channel. To me, I think this is kind of what we're doing. Like we're likely to come back down and get tight. So I'm looking for Ethereum to probably pull back, but doesn't mean it's guaranteed to. Let's look at our 1-hour time frame and take a look. Let's get rid of my crazy squiggly lines. We had a flag here that broke out nicely. The target was right there, 1770. Again, the measured move is the length of the pole. That's all you have to know. Let it happen. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor before getting into any coin, trade, or project, idea, anything you're doing. So Ethereum could make a move here up to 20,079 if it could stay inside this channel. However, I see a double top there and the bigger time frame. So we'll see. The 1 hour could make some bacon on the beach, but it could also kind of struggle here. All right. So we're going to watch this closely, see if it can respect the trend line. But if you start to bearishly retest, you could be making a Bart Simpson head and end up down here. All right. Your 4 hours probably overbought with Bitcoin, I'm guessing. So yeah, and you're starting to turn down with a double top. So I'm taking the bigger time frame, likely more of a downside, in my opinion. The U.S. bankruptcy judge Michael Wills laid into the SEC agents for their perplexing and officious manner, trying to force through their attitude about cryptocurrencies as securities. Look into this. Thank you for saying that. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not stressing it, everybody. I take a deep breath. Federal judge blasts SEC for reportedly argued attempts to claim cryptocurrencies must be regulated by them. SE agents can't explain to a federal judge what its policies and attitudes regarding virtual currencies are, or how they're going to impact the industry. Many in virtual cryptocurrency industry have been confused and bedeviled by the Securities and Exchange Commission, gradually an ill-explained encroachment on the world, with frequent claims that most cryptocurrencies are illegally as securities and ought to be regulated by the agency. That would potentially make lots of legit businesses suddenly illegal dealers in unregistered securities. And a decision last week in an ongoing bankruptcy case of Voyager Digital Holdings bankruptcy, Judge Michael E. Wiles in USC Bankruptcy Court for the Southern District of New York laid into the SEC agents for their perplexing and officious manner of trying to force through their attitudes about cryptocurrencies as securities. Part of the proposed bankruptcy reorganization was for Voyager Digital would involve shifting customer accounts over to cryptocurrency exchange Binance. The SEC objected to this Binance solution, claiming that, in its view, the debtors had the burden to prove that the rebalancing of the debtors' cryptocurrency would not involve illegal purchases of sales of securities. The SEC did this, as Judge Willey complains, essentially through innuendo. The objection did not take the position that any particular cryptocurrency or securities or otherwise explain how or why the debtors rebalancing the activities might be illegal, although it did contain a vague footnote suggesting VGX token was one as to which some unspecified the issue might exist. The SEC also suggested that debtors should be required to prove that Binance US is not operating as a securities broker without registering as such. Once again, the SEC did not actually take the position that the Binance US is operating as an unregistered, unlicensed security. Instead, it suggested that the debtors had the burden to prove the negative without offering evidence or even any reason to think that it is doing anything from which it requires. Judge Wiles finds this situation highly aggravating, noting that the Voyager operated and Binance US currently operates in a regulatory environment that at best can be described as highly uncertain. He's seen that happen before, and he's seeing what's happening there. Pretty interesting. All right. So Ethereum, and then someone asked about FRA, and then we're out of here for the day. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for here. Findora on KuCoin. And we've talked about it. We see it here in this inverted cup and inverted head and shoulder here, and it did make the right shoulder. Can it break out and get in there? So far, it's looking pretty good. Pointed to the upside. I like Findora. Giant cup and handle. This thing could blast to the upside for massive gains. From what I'm looking at, it came off this point of control, bounced off another area of support and resistance. Resistance, bounce. I like what I'm seeing here. Let's take a look at our daily. Our daily has room to grow. Look at our 22. 22 is kind of indecision. Could go sideways or flipped on you. And the 2-day. 2-day wants to rip. I've been looking at the 2-day for a lot of charts, and the 2-day to me looks absolutely beautiful for a massive move to the upside. Bitcoin's going to rip again. Eventually, it's going to pull back. When it pull back, so that money's not going to flow back. People ran into Bitcoin, and I'll tell you why. They ran into Bitcoin because they believed that the regular markets weren't doing too well. So when the regular markets weren't doing too well and they ran into Bitcoin, you think they're going to run back into the regular markets? Now the bonds and the other things aren't there for them like they were before to flip back and forth. Altcoins are the next best idea because they're beat down the most and the risk is higher that they're going to go bigger. So a lot of money is going to pour back into the altcoins, in my humble opinion. And that brings me to Bitcoin dominance. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. So I talked about to beware. Remember when I said be careful? Bitcoin dominance is about to rip. I said watch your altcoins. This thing looks like it's going to rocket, and it did. It did do that. All right? So we got the move. Then I even showed you this. Be careful. This is going to pump again. It pumped again with a resistance and a bearish divvy. We want to see this pull back. Bitcoin has to pull back a little bit. If Bitcoin dominance can pull back, it can be good for the altcoins. So look, 4 hours getting high, getting extended. If this decides to flag out and continue to pump, altcoins will continue to drain a little slightly. We're going to wait, so here's it on the table. You touch the 21 and pump. Eventually, then we'll get a bearish divvy. That's probably big enough, but it looks like there could be one more pump for Bitcoin watching the dominance. If I went by dominance alone, in my years of doing this, suggesting that it is going to be a bit of a move here for Bitcoin dominance. My God, I love you, Kevin. You can have me always, love bug. You guys are getting too. Guys, get a metaverse, okay? Get a metaverse. Get a metaverse. All right. Used to be get a room. Now it's get a metaverse. Okay, so here we go. 47.6. Kevin talking like he wants the coconut oil. Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy, man. How did you know about the coconut oil? It's so crazy. Oh my gosh, it's nuts. That's nuts. How did you know that I like the coconut? How'd you know I like it with the coconut oil, man? How'd you know? We talked about BRISE making a move. I like BRISE. Look at the shoulder, head and shoulder for BRISE. I'm telling you, inside a giant cup and handle, only a matter of time there. BRISE looking nice to me. BRISE on the radar for a massive move. BRISE. And I'm going to answer the question, are we out of the bull market, of the bear market or not? Are we out of the bear market? Number one, a true trader says he has no idea. So I have to tell you, I don't know. There's no way of knowing. Okay? I'm not going to do that, though. I'm not going to play you like that. I'm not. I was just going to see how you felt if I did do that. Let's take a look at BTC USD on all-time history index. I got some sauce on there. I deleted it all. We start fresh. We look at our monthly chart. All right. We look at our monthly. And, generally we have a bullish engulfing candle on the monthly. All right. And what I've been looking at personally is the MACD cross attempting to come. When that starts to happen, it's the end of the bear market. So, and when we get above this dotted line, it's the end of the bear market. You see that? We still had a dump there down to some crazy lows. We could end up retesting 21,000, maybe even 19K. Do we retest 16,000 one more time? I'll tell you why I believe the bear market is over. All right. And I'll tell you why. Number one, the weekly chart is getting over the 200 SMA. If this weekly chart closes Sunday night above this yellow line and we go 2 weeks straight, then I will feel far more comfortable that we did, in fact, and look, that's an inverted head and shoulder on the weekly. And everyone's worried about that death cross and all that. I don't stress it. See how we pumped after it? I never stressed that death cross, even though I stress the golden cross on the daily more than that death cross on the weekly. All right. So why is that? Well, they're both latent indicators, but smaller time frames, I let them play out first before I go to the bigger time frame push down. It's just how I've been trading. This bearish divergence is telling me that the 4 hour is going to take some type of pullback at some point, but we got tight moving averages and you're about to get a golden cross here. Also a chance that this could get out. Honestly, what I just realized was we didn't even hit the measured move yet because it's the whole length of that pole. Something I didn't even notice till now. It says we're going to 32K. I believe before any bigger pullback, we do go to 32,000. All right. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I believe the bear market, 1 or 2 more weeks, I will call it a wrap when we close a candle above the 200 SMA on the weekly. But we're above it on the daily. And bear markets begin when you close candles in the 4 hour above the 200 SMA. Every single asset in the world started its bull market or the end of a bear market when you got back above the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame. We go to the monthly one more time, and the monthly is just in a perfect place for consolidation. You go to the 3-week chart, and you add 1, 2, and 3 times to get Bitcoin on these lows. And so if you aren't buying Bitcoin on these lows, you're going to miss out on a massive move in the next 2 years to the upside. And get ready. Perfect music to end the live stream, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications on this beautiful St. Patrick's Day, and thank you for being here. May God bless each and every one of you. All right? Bear market is about to be a rapizi. All right? I'm still bearish on today. It looks sideways or to the downside. Just doesn't look amazing. I gotta say, it just doesn't look amazing today. Sideways or to the downside, we're looking to fill in this. The 4-hour looks to be like it wants to pull back a little bit. Find some solace, touch the 21-day moving average. So, I close my trade. I'm going to help my wife and do a few things for the family. I'll be back in the trading group. God bless each and every one of you for being here. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves. Oh, my man wanted Solana. So I would look at Solana on the daily. Sorry, I got you. Thank you for saying something at the very end. I mean, you got a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. It's a top cap coin, so it's going to follow Bitcoin pretty closely. That's got a cup and handle vibe. That's got a trend line forming. You got this doing its thing, and that eventually should break out. If the market rips, Solana will rip. DCA, and you want to make a bull. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. You do whatever makes you happy. If this can come back down to the bowl, that would be good. You know what I mean? The lowest it ever was 10. You're sitting at 20. The daily's a little overbought. Wait for it to cool off. 5 days coming down, but it could bend. You're getting really far away from the moving averages. I mean, that was a DCA. To me, a DCA is now. I mean, these are good DCAs, but again, that's up to you. Solana back to 300 one day. It could happen for sure. But as long, you know, I just watch the bulls. And it will eventually just keep touching the bowl and then boom. Buds over brews, bro. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all for being here. Lifer and Jason Casper, we did it a bunch of times. We'll do it again. He's been on my show twice now. Been waiting to buy Bitcoin. Any advice on when I should buy or how long do you think it'll get? You got to do whatever makes you happy, man. I can't tell you what to do. I would never tell you what to do or give you advice, man. It doesn't work like that. So don't bait and switch me. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. I'm out. God bless you all. Be safe and have a great day. Thank you.